Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about HTML tables. In our previous video, we have seen what is fav icon and also we have seen how to display that one. Now in this tutorial, I'll be telling you about HTML tables. Okay, I'll be telling you how to display HTML tables. Okay, tables we are going to use to arrange data in columns and rows. Okay, and also I'll be telling you what are columns, what are rows, how the data will be displayed inside tables, and what are the tags used in tables. Okay, now here I have now let me just create one table here. I'll just come to insert. Okay, here I'm having this table. Here let me just take this 3 into 4. Okay, now here I'm having this table. Okay, I'm just telling you theory. Later on we are going to see how to do this in practical. Okay, now let me just tell you what is this horizontal and what is this vertical cells. And also here, let me just change the color. I'll just come here, insert. I'll just come to home and here I'm just going to change this color. Let me just give this one. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this one and here I'm just going to paste that one. Okay, now here I'm having this table. Now this first I have changed this one. Okay, this entire thing I have changed the color. Now here let me just write this. Now this entire horizontal row, it is called as rows. I'll be writing here. This is called as rows. Okay, and this vertical columns, whatever you can see here, this vertical column, this vertical column, this vertical column and this vertical column, they are called as columns. Okay, even this is called as row, even this is called as row. Let me just take this. Even this is one row and also this is one row. Okay, inside this table we will be having columns and rows and the data will be stored inside columns and rows. This horizontal line is called as rows and whatever we are storing inside horizontal row, that is called as rows, and inside rows each individual data entry will be stored. If I just want to store my name, okay, let me just show you an example here. I'm just going to remove this. Now here I just want to give here name. Next I just want to give here, let me just come here. Here I'm just going to give here section. Next I'm just going to give here place, and finally I'm just going to give here mobile. Okay, this is my header. Now if I just want to store some data here, now if I just store some data, like if I just write here Ria and next will be, let me just come here, section will be 2, place let me just write here Mumbai, and mobile number let me just write here 1234. Okay, this entire 1% data I am storing inside this section. Okay, this is how we are going to use. Inside rows all individual data of one person will be stored. Okay, now here I am having this one. Okay, this is called as table header. Whatever we are having here, this color whatever I have changed here, that is called as table header, and this whatever I am writing here, that is the table data. Okay, whatever data I want to store, that is the table data. I am just storing that one here. Okay, now here let me just tell you this one. Now here let me just take one brush. Okay, now this entire thing is table, so we will be using table tag. Now this is nothing but this is table header, this entire thing is table header, so we are going to use table header tag for this. Okay, now this entire thing is wrapped inside one row. Okay, this is nothing but this is one row, so we are going to use table row tag tr. Inside this we are having this individual data. Okay, one data, then second data, then third data, then fourth data. Okay, this is all table data. Now this is nothing but table head. Okay, inside this table head, this is nothing but table headers. Okay, these are all called as table headers, so we are writing that one. Okay, when I show you in practical you will understand in more better way. So let's code for this one. Okay, we are just going to create the same table now. Now here I'm just going to come, fav icon we have already seen. I'll just come here, I'll just come below here. I'm just going to comment this one. Now below this I'm just going to write h1 and here I'll be writing HTML tables. Okay, now as I told you, this entire table will be wrapped inside this table tag. Okay, we are having this table tag. Inside this itself we are going to give all the table header and all table data, everything we are going to give. Inside this table, okay, first I am having this header. Okay, this entire header, let me just remove this all the things. Okay, this is nothing but my table header, this first section. Okay, this first section is wrapped inside one tag. So for that we just have to use a table head. Okay, this is the tag inside tables for table header. Now inside this, all this individual data whatever you can see here, that is nothing but table headers. Okay, these are headers for this one. Okay, inside this totally I am having 4 headers. So here I am just going to create th and inside this first I'm just going to give name. Okay, if I want to create multiple table headers, just write here th. Now I just want 3 into 3. Okay, 3 table headers will be displayed for me. Next is section, then inside this I'm having place, then finally I'm having mobile. I'll save this and I'll just show you the output here. I'll refresh this one. Now here you can see I'm having name, section, place and mobile. Okay, now for this we are not having any borders. I'm just going to give the borders as well. Now once we are done with this table header, we are done with this section. Now just come to second section. Now inside this section, okay, this is wrapped inside, okay, this entire thing whatever, okay, let me just tell you, this entire thing whatever it is having, okay, that is nothing but a table body. Inside this table body we are having this row. Okay, this is wrapped in one row, then again this is wrapped in second row, so we are having like this. Okay, let me just write that one. Now below this table header I'm having table body. Inside this table body I am having table row. Okay, for that we are having tr tag. Tr tag stands for table row, th for table header, and this is table head. Okay, this is table body. Inside table body we are having table row. Inside each table row we are having this data. Okay, this is one data, this is second data, third data, fourth data. Okay, so for data we are having td tag, table data. Inside this first I was having ria. Now I want td. Let me just write here td into 3. Okay, 3 more td's I want, so I am just writing here. Section I have given 2, place I have just given Mumbai, and mobile number some random number I am just going to give. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see entire data whatever I was having here inside this one. Okay, whatever I have displayed here, that is been displayed for me, but this is not in table format because this is HTML. It is giving only structure to our website. It is not going to add any stylings. It is not going to give any background color, any font size. It is not going to give at all. Okay, now I am not going to teach you how to style tables, but when we are studying about CSS, we are going to learn all the concepts, how to style tables, how to give colors to tables, everything we are going to see. But as of now, using style attribute, I am just going to give some borders. I'll just write here style attribute. Inside this, I'm just going to give this border. Okay, if you're not understanding this one, then also no problem. You can just leave this one. Okay, here I'm just going to give the color as black. I'll save this. Now you can see here I'm having border around the table. Okay, now we are not going to style this one, but here you can see I'm having this table header. Here I'm having this table header, and inside this I'm having this multiple data. Now if I just want another row, I'm just going to copy the same row, and here below this I can just paste that one. Okay, how many times I want, I can just paste that one. Okay, now this will be my output. Okay, once you give stylings, then you can give any stylings for your tables, and you can give any colors and whatever you want, you can just do that one. Okay, let me just increase the size. You can see this will be displayed in table format, and here I'm having this table header, and this is nothing but table data. Okay, this is how we are going to display the table. Now here let me just change the name. I'll refresh this. Okay, now here I am having this data. We have seen about table tag. Okay, for giving the entire table. This is for table head, and inside this table head we should be having table header. Then inside this table body we are having all these things, and here I am having this table row. Inside each table row we should be having table data of individual people. Okay, this is all about our first table. Let me just write one comment. First table. Now I will be telling you how to display data in vertical columns. I have just written vertical table. I'll refresh this one. Now here you can see I am having here vertical table. Now inside this vertical table is nothing but, let me just come here. Okay, now here I am having this table. Okay, now here I am having this table. Now inside this, let me just change this color. Okay, now here inside here I will be having table header, and this will be my table row, and inside this the data will be stored. Okay, let's see how to do that one. And also if you notice, for table header we are having the text in bold, but for table data it is normal text. Whatever we will be writing, that will be normal. Okay, now inside this table data you can give anything. Okay, you can also give image here. Let me just write here image tag, and inside image I'm just going to give src. Let me just write here cart.jpg. I'll save this one. I'll refresh this. Now you can see inside this third, here I'll be having the image. Okay, this image is very large, so I am getting like that. Once you give the width and height for the image, let me just give that one. Okay, using width attribute. Width, let me just give here 50. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this image will be displayed like that. Let me just increase the size. You can see inside this you can also give image, you can give links, okay, you can give emojis, okay, whatever you want you can give this one. Okay, now let's see how to create vertical table. Now for that also we need table tag. Let me just write that one. Now here inside this what I am going to do is I am just going to create one table row, okay, because now you can see here, now this is not like this, it is not going to wrap inside table header. So I am just going to write here table row, because inside this you can see inside this row itself we are giving this data now. So for that I am just going to wrap inside table row. First data is table head, okay, so I am just going to write here table head. Let me just write here name. Below this I just want to store the data of that one. Name, let me just write here Khanam, and also I am just going to write here color, favorite color is black. I'll save this one. I'll refresh this. Now you can see the data will be displayed like this, okay, name will be displayed like this, it is going to display, okay. In the same way, if you just want to give full name, you can give here first name and last name, okay. Let me just do that one. I'll just write here full name, and here let me just write here Seema, and here I'll be writing Sharma. I'll save this one. I'll refresh this, okay. Now here you can see full name is nothing but Seema Sharma. Again, if I just want to create another thing, I just want this table row. Inside this, first I am having this table head, next for that I am having this data. I'll be writing here Riya, and next I'll be writing Mehta. Again I am just going to paste that one. Let me just change here Ramesh, and here I'll be writing Shukla. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this will be my vertical column, okay. In place of this you can give any entries here, like let me just give here, instead of full name, let me just write here place. Let me just write here favorite color, favorite colors, okay. Now here I'm just going to change. Let me just write here Mumbai, and also she is from Bangalore. Okay, I'm just creating vertical table, okay. You can give any data here. I'm not understanding what data I have to give, so I'm just giving this one. You can create vertical tables and you can give whatever data you want. I'll save this one. I'll refresh this. Now you can see this vertical table is created for me. Place, full name I'm having, place I'm having, favorite color I'm having. Okay, this is how we are going to create vertical table. Okay, next I'm just going to tell about caption element inside this one. Now caption element, as the name suggests, that it is going to give the caption for our table. Okay, as soon as we give this table, element, we have to give this caption here, caption tag. Inside this caption element, I'm just going to write here data of student. I'll save this. I'll come here. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see this will be the caption of my table. Okay, data of student, and below this whatever data I have given for the table, that will be displayed to me. Okay, this is all about caption tag. Okay, now let's talk about call span. Now here I'm just going to write H1. Here I'll be writing call span. Below this I'm just going to create table again. Inside this table I'm just going to write one table head. Let me just write here table head. Now inside this table head I'm just going to create TH, and for this I'm just going to give call span. Call span I'll be telling you once I show you the output. I'll just write here 2. I'm just going to give the text as name. Below this I'm just going to create one more table head. Let me just write here place. Okay, this is my table head. Here I'm having this 2, which means that totally 2 data I have to display for this name column, and here this is the normal, I can display only 1. Now here I'll just create one TR. Inside this TR I'm just going to write here table data. Here let me just write here Seema, and next I'm just going to write here TD. Let me just write here Riya, and next TD I'm just going to write here place. Let me just write here Mumbai. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see here for name I am having Seema and Riya, and for place I am having Mumbai. Now here, only to understand what is call span, I'm just going to use little bit of CSS. Okay, you don't have to get confused with CSS. Later on when we are going to study about CSS, we are going to learn how to style tables, everything. Now here I'm just going to write some internal CSS so that we can understand what is this call span and how these borders will be displayed. Okay, how our table will be displayed. Okay, now style tag will be displayed here. I'm just going to write here style. Okay, inside head. Now for table, for table row, for table head, and I'm having table data. For this entire thing I just want to give border. I'm just going to give here border. Okay, you don't have to get confused with this syntax. And here I just want to give black color. I'll save this. As soon as I refresh this, you can see entire border is being displayed. Okay, now here I am not having border. Now here let me just give here table head as well. I'll refresh this. Okay, now here you can see I am having borders around this one. Okay, now everywhere I am having this borders, but here whatever you can see, this space is nothing but it is collapsing area. Now if I just give another property, if I just write here border collapse, and border collapse value, let me just write here collapse. I'll save this one. I'll save this. I'll refresh this. Okay, now the borders will be collapsed and this table will be displayed. Now you can see call span is nothing but it is taking 2 space column area. Okay, 2 column area it is taking. Okay, inside name I am having Seema and also I am having Ria, and place is Mumbai. For Mumbai only 1 column is been displayed, but for name table head I am having this 2 data. Okay, 2 columns I am having. So to give that one we are just using here call span. Okay, only to explain you I have just used CSS. You don't have to worry what I have given here. Later on when we are doing CSS series in this web development series, then we are going to do that one. Okay, this is all about call span. In the same way we are having row span. I'm just going to copy this one and here I'm just going to paste, and instead of this let me just write here row span. Okay, this is reverse of call span. For column we were having space, now for row we are going to have space. Okay, I'm just going to remove this entire thing. Now here let me just write here table head. Now inside this table head I'm just going to create one. I'll just write here TR. Inside this I'm just going to write here table head, and inside this let me just write here name. Next I'm just going to write here place, and finally I'm just going to write here colors. Okay, now below this we are just going to see an example of table row now. Okay, row span. Now inside this I'm just going to write here data. Let me just write here, and for this one I'm just going to give here row span. Now here I'm just going to give here row span. Let me just write here 2, and inside this I'm just going to write here Mumbai, and below this table data for colors I'm just going to give here black. Okay, now again I'm just going to copy this one and here I'm going to paste. Okay, now I'll just remove this one because now this column, okay, this column data is taking 2 rows. So now for next data I just have to display 2 datas here. Again I'm just going to copy this one and here I'll be pasting, and I'll just remove this one now. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see now this is taking 2 row space. Okay, now this is taking 2 row space and Mumbai will be displayed like this. Okay, this is how row span is useful. It is going to take 2 row space and call span is going to take 2 column space. Okay, this is how row span and column spans are useful. If you are creating tables, if you want to create your resume, then this will be very, very useful. So you should keep note on that. Okay, now here I'm just going to explain you. For table data I have just given here row span. So for next data whatever I am displaying here, I just want 2 data here, because now you can see only 1 data and 2 data is been displayed here. Okay, because this is already been taken 2 rows, so here I am having that one. Now here if I just give here 3, okay, let me just write here 3. Now for second also I just have to give here 2 data, and for third also I just have to give 2 data, and next whenever I am just going to print here, then I have to give 3 datas here. Let me just copy this one and here let me just write here Chennai. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see it is going to take 3 row space and here I'll be having Chennai. Now if I don't give Chennai here, I'll comment this one. I'll refresh this. Now this will be left as empty, okay, because here I am having only 2 data, so that data will be printed here. Now this color will be displayed in place of this one. Okay, so here I'll be having like this. Now once I give this, now here I'll be having this proper output. Okay, so for this we are using row span and call span. We are having one more element in table, that is call group. Now they are used to style specific columns in a table. Okay, if you see calendar, now only for Sundays we will be having red color marked. Okay, that also you can do that one using call group. Okay, now let's see an example of that one. Now below this I'll be writing H1, and inside this I'll be writing here call group element. Now below this I'm just going to create table, and inside this table I'm just going to write this call group. I'll just write here call group, group. Inside this call group, for columns I just want to give, so I'm just going to give here column tag. Inside this column tag I'm just going to give here span. Okay, here I'm just going to give a span attribute. Value I'm just going to give it as 1. Okay, I'll just explain you what is this one. And also for this I'm just going to give this style attribute. Style, let me just give here color. I'll be giving here red. Okay, now this is I have defined now. Now below this I'm just going to create table head. Inside this, let me just copy the same thing here. Okay, let me just create that one. Table head, I'll just write here Monday. Not Monday, let me just write here Sunday. Below this I'll be writing Monday. And here I'm just going to write here Tuesday. Okay, I'm just going to display 3 data here. I'll be writing here Tuesday. Now below this table head I'm just going to write here TR. Okay, you can also give table body tag. Now inside this I'm just going to write here table data. I'll just write here 1. Let me just change it to 2 and here I'll be changing it to 3. I'm just going to copy this one and here I'm going to paste. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one.